everyone. Welcome to another episode of thebomb.com. I'm Bethany.
Yes. I'm Crystal.
Yeah, and today we're talking about Wish Upon a Star. Yes, 1996 Disney premiere film starring then unknown Katherine Heigl and Danielle Harris.
96.
Yeah, a good year.
I think it was. I was in middle school.
I don't really remember it. You were not in middle school in 96. You were 6 or 7 in 96.
Oh, I was in elementary school. I was at Matterhorn Elementary.
Yeah, I was at St. Michael's.
I can't remember what was going on, obviously, clearly.
Clearly, not a clue.
No idea.
Awesome. So I guess let's just get started by talking about the movie. You want to take us through a recap and
Yes. Okay, so a little quick summary. We've basically got this, family of 4, 2 sisters in high school, pretty well to do. They don't really know each other very well. They're kind of like at odds, and then they both make a wish on a shooting star at the same time and switch bodies. So a little switcheroo. And then,
classic
of course,
body switch movie.
Right. After the switch, they start understanding each other. They, have this sister bond, and then they just become so loving and wonderful before they switch back. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I completely forgot this movie, and I remember watching it as a child, but as I was watching it, nothing was coming back to me. It was like watching it for the first time, basically. And I feel like the chewing gum is all I can remember. That's really the only thing that is like Alexia, or no, the younger sister, Haley Wheaton.
Haley.
She's constantly chewing gum, and she'll just take it out of her mouth and stick it to the rim of her drinking glass, to the edge of her nightstand,
and pick it back up and put it right back in her mouth.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
And then continue chewing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like gum was a big thing in the 90s, kind of a thing when we were in high school in the aughts, but I feel like gum isn't as culturally significant now.
It's really not. I don't really see people chewing gum. No one really has offered me any gum, I think, in a good 5-6 years. So yeah, gum is out.
I definitely had gum in the past 5-6 years, but not in the same way when I feel like in the aughts.
Yeah, because then we had bubble yum. We had the blow pops that had the bubble gum after.
The zebra that had the tattoo.
Oh, the zebra. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that gum had a delicious fruity flavor for about 30 seconds, and then it was just disgusting waxy stick.
Yeah.
So the idea that this girl's not only the germs, but the fact that she's chewing I'm sure some shitty bubble yum gum for
truly
maybe the same piece the entire film. I don't know.
It could be. Flavor was gone so long ago, but she's still at it. She's still chewing it.
It's disgusting. Well, my initial thoughts of this movie, I actually remember this one okay. Susie Q, which we did last time, that one brain empty. No clue what that movie was about before rewatching it, except for a dead teenager. This movie I remember it was a body switch movie about sisters who didn't really understand each other. I remember that kind of the twist they set up where you think the younger sister Haley just wishes to be Alexia, but then you find out that they both wished it. I remembered that part from the jump.
Oh, yeah. That completely left me.
I remember it was Katherine Heigl.
Yes. And I did remember that Alexia was the hot older sister, and that they do switch bodies. I did remember those basics, but I couldn't remember anything about Haley. Couldn't remember anything about her character, what she likes, or what's going on in the movie with her, or any plots of any plot points. I couldn't remember any of those really, aside from the body switch.
That's fair. Yeah, I remember popular and non-popular, but I didn't remember that Haley was a brainiac and really into school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a great movie.
I loved
weird,
it.
So fun.
It was,
Susie Q, I did not like. This I loved.
Oh my god. I can't believe that. Did you say that?
I told you. Yes, I absolutely did. I told you from the jump, I did not enjoy this movie. But Wish Upon a Star, I would recommend. It is definitely worth a watch. It is it gets really buck as hell. Like,
It really
like, should we
does.
just like walk through the entirety of the film
Yeah.
and okay.
Truly, yeah. All right, so yeah, we open up on the Wheaton family. They're a family of 4. They live in Colorado, and they're pretty well-to-do. The parents are psychologists, and it's so funny because at the beginning they're both reading like psychology magazines.
Today, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my god,
Today at breakfast.
oh my god, that
And,
reminded me of a little side story. I'm sorry to interrupt so early.
Please.
I have a former friend who was really into this guy who just like did not dig her at all.
Oh,
and
no.
when
All
they
been there.
stopped, yeah, we've all been there, but the way we handle it is different. But when they stopped talking, as a way to like kind of remain in his mind, she got him a subscription to Psychology Today, like a 3-year subscription.
Oh my god. So then the magazine shows up and he's like, it's her. She, like, he thinks of her? Like, is that it?
Honestly, I don't even know why he would think of her. She just like
I
think maybe they had a
connection is.
conversation once about that magazine, and so she got him a 3-year subscription.
She's hoping
But I'm
that
like,
every time that magazine shows up, he's going to be like, oh, the one that got away.
yeah,
Damn.
pretty much. But I'm like,
But I'm sure it's
if someone I was casually seeing and said I was not interested in got me that subscription, I'd either be like, A, they're harmless, like, thank you for this resubscription, but you're a chump, or B, I'm scared.
Yeah. Like, this is weird. Weird behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
I
that's
mean-
what I think of now when I see that magazine.
Psychology
And these
Today.
whack ass parents.
Oh my god, so incredibly whack. Like, basically, they set up Alexia and Haley to just be at odds with each other. And since their parents are psychologists, they come up with this method of parenting where they're just going to eliminate all rules in the house. And that, like, creates this environment where there's nothing for them to rebel against. So they're hoping that works.
That is
But
like
of course,
some white people.
some
Like,
backwards.
can you, like, is there's, I mean, I'm sure there are white parents who
Never.
do this. There is not a black parent alive.
Not on this planet. Never. Mm-mm.
I'm
That
shocked
would
by
just
how
be
free, like, my white friends get to be in general. This is a whole next level situation.
Right. Like, the stuff that they do, oh my god, we'll get into it. So the parents, like, they make this rule or whatever, they abolish all the house rules, but unbeknownst to them, their daughters switch bodies. Like,
Right.
after I think that first day that we see them at school, Alexia and Haley come back home, and Alexia's in the hot tub with her boyfriend that Haley is secretly in love with.
Which
So,
I'm kind of like,
she's
bullshit.
just-
Haley is a baby dyke. Like, let's be honest. She's
right. She is not giving any straight energy at all.
None.
Nowhere. I'm like, girl, you are a grungy skater boy, you at heart, and you know you love women. So stop it.
Yes,
what
girl,
you need to
like,
be
come
focusing
out.
on is your best friend, that girl that comes over and reads
Oh,
her
no,
sister's
she's-
diary with you.
she's a stake in the grass. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Facts. But yeah, we'll get to that. So yeah, Haley's like longingly looking out at Alexia living her wonderful hot girl popular life. And there's a shooting star. She makes a wish that she wants to be Alexia Wheaton. And then come to find out the next day, she wakes up in Alexia's body, tall with titties, style, all of it, she wakes up as Catherine
Tall
Heigl,
with
like, whatever.
titties.
Tall with titties. And there's this one scene when they're both in the bathroom, like getting ready after the body switch, and they're both freaking out. And she goes to like touch her chest, and Alexia in Haley's body is like, "Ew, stop that!" I'm like, "Girl, you gotta do it at least once. If you don't know what it's like to have titties and you suddenly have them, you gotta give them a squeeze."
I guess that's
You
true. It's
have
just
to.
like weird thinking about being in I don't have any siblings.
Like your sister's
but I'm like,
body. Yeah.
anyone I'm related to, I don't want to touch their naughty bits.
I don't want
like,
to
I
touch
just,
it. It's
I don't
true.
want to be a part of
It's
that.
so true. I just wonder what it would feel like to just suddenly be transported into that body, and you're like, is it okay to explore this while I'm consciously in this body? I don't know. It's my sibling. It is kind of weird now that I think about it. It is a little
It
gross,
is weird. Yeah. I wake up every day tall with titties, but I wonder what it's like to be the littler one.
To be a shorty, yes. To be the pocket friend, that's me. That's my daily life.
Yeah.
I feel like if I woke up one day and I was just like suddenly tall, I would just be reaching for everything. I would just see how far I could reach for things because I can never reach shit. I can never reach
Just like,
anything.
how far can I go?
Yes, truly, that would be me.
Oh, that is so funny. Wow.
So it's a dream of mine. It's a dream. We'll
I have
see.
to
If I
say-
see any shooting stars, Maybe I'll make a wish. We'll see.
I wish you luck in that. But I will say it is nice to be able to reach things. I can attest to that.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I can only dream.
I enjoy it.
But of course, Haley in Alexia's body, she's having the time of her life. She's like eating this up. And Alexia's freaking out because there's a winter festival dance coming up, and she's on the docket to be winter festival queen. And she just has a lot of things going on. She needs to go shopping for a dress, and she just kind of feels like, this is ruining her life already. But Haley in Alexia's body, she don't care. She's living it up. She's having the time of her life. And because of the switch, they instantly kind of become a little bit closer because they need to help each other in their lives. And so the parents instantly think their new method of parenting of not having any rules is working.
These bozo ass parents think they're like failing to the top. Flop to the top.
Truly. Epically failing. And then I remember this one scene like towards the end where they're like, should we write that book now? And I'm like, y'all are going to set some families on fire with
also,
that
like,
book. Because
what's the book? Stop parenting.
Stop parenting. Just let go. Just don't give your
kids
a tweet, any rules, baby. No repercussions.
That's not a book.
That is literally a tweet.
Oh my God. Like, but
it's one sentence.
One thing I wanted to mention about the body swap, I know we'll go more into what happens, but throughout the entire body swap, we have what I think was more prevalent in the 90s. And I think it's good the movie brought it up because it is real, but it's like kind of fucked up to see how Alexia starves herself and how
truly
the entire yes. So when she's in her own body, she starves herself. When Haley's in her body, she makes sure Haley is eating very little. But then when she's in Haley's body and she gets to not care about that, she is making up for lost time. My girl is starving.
Eating a pint of ice cream to herself with a serving spoon, I might add. That was notable. Scarfing down the giant plate of spaghetti like there was no tomorrow. Like she didn't know where her next meal was coming from.
Because she doesn't.
She was getting it.
She doesn't know where the next meal's coming.
It's true. But she is expecting to, I guess, switch back and be back on her diet at any moment. So she's living it up.
I mean, I make light of it, but it definitely is like disordered eating behavior, which is really kind of sad to see, but very normal for the 90s era.
Yeah. And she was, the quote unquote beautiful sister, the one who was, everyone's always ogling over. So
yeah, those grown men in the beginning.
Added pressure.
She goes out, the construction man, and I'm like, that girl's like 16 in the context of the film. Like
she is a child. This is gross.
So gross. And so normalized, but like so disgusting. I mean, she looks great. I'm not going to lie. Like nasty. Katherine Heigl in that movie, Snatch. And also Danielle Harris, who plays the younger sister, who's actually older than Katherine Heigl in real life, but 10 inches shorter.
Shocking.
Yes.
So much shorter. Oh my God.
She also beautiful. Like, she looks great. And like,
oh my God, yeah.
When we see her in a later costume, that ass is acid.
Truly. I was shook by the outfits that she was wearing. I was like, okay, so this is what happens when you don't wear a triple XL and baggy pants to school. Okay, I see. You got a body under there.
Yeah.
All right.
And I really just don't understand why she dresses the way she... we don't really ever find out, but it doesn't really ever make sense to me since she does seem to envy her sister. Maybe it's a lack of confidence.
Kind of status.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, confidence was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was a major point for them.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention is that after the switch happens, they try desperately to switch back. They try birthday candles, a wishbone,
yes,
throwing pennies into the toilet as a wishing well, and of course none of it works. They're still stuck. So they start going about, their lives. It turns out Alexia actually dumped Kyle, her boyfriend, the previous night. But now that Haley is living out her dreams in Alexia's body, she also wants to be with Kyle. So she's like, I don't care. I'm getting back together with him right now, even though Alexia's friends clearly tell her it's against the rules that they've made up or whatever. So she gets back together with Kyle ASAP so that she can live out her dreams of being his girlfriend, because as we know, she's secretly in love with him. And because of that, Alexia kind of goes a little wild. She just assumes that Haley is trying to ruin her life and then goes on the offense. And as her payback for Haley getting back together with Kyle, which is...
Before you get into that, I just want to say, we mentioned that Alexia has a lot of stuff going on with the Winter Dance, but Haley also has a lot of academic stuff going on. She has a big basically like a science competition.
Fair competition coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's really invested in that as well. So they both have like high stakes situations that are approaching.
And one thing I didn't understand is that when Kyle came over for dinner before the body switch, Haley brought out her giant ass science project and put it in the middle of the dinner table as they were eating for some reason.
I missed that.
It's like this gigantic tubular gold machine, and she just lugs it out and dumps it in the middle of the dinner table. For what reason, I don't know, because it has nothing to do, it doesn't help them eat or consume their dinner in any way. So she just wanted to put that shit on display.
Yeah, I mean, she's just proud, showing off.
She was actually really proud of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is a hella academic, super smart, always getting the bestest of grades. So that's kind of where she stands. And she has a best friend, Caitlin, who every day she and Caitlin go into Alexia's room after school and they read her diary and also try on her clothes. Because they're so fascinated with Alexia's life because she's one of the popular girls and she's kind of always doing these cool things. So
yeah, they're definitely like living vicariously. Yeah.
Living vicariously through her, for sure. So yeah, since Haley got back together with Kyle as her first action as Alexia in her body, Alexia took that as an attack, and she decided, in order to get back at her, she's going to dress in a dominatrix Halloween costume to school and perform a lip sync and striptease dance on the tables at lunch.
And honey,
in front of the entire school.
If you don't watch this movie, which you should watch it, at least Google the photos of this outfit.
Just the photos alone will do it.
Like, okay, so
and
the first day they seem to get through the day without ruining each other's lives. But then, as you said, Alexia as Haley goes on the offense for day 2. So the morning, Haley as Alexia comes downstairs and sees her body dressed in this full dominatrix getup, and the parents are just like,
not gonna say a word.
We can't parent.
It's fine. No rules. Right. Our no parenting method. It's off to a rocky start, but we're rolling with it. They just stick with it for some reason.
Yeah.
And they let her go to school like that.
And not only that, like, inappropriate, but I'd be like, my baby girl, are you having a psychotic break? Like, this isn't you.
Right. Like, are you okay?
She goes from wearing, like, 3XL khakis and sweaters to a dominatrix outfit.
To a full-on dominatrix outfit with a whip. She's got the
whip. Yeah, she does have a whip.
And her parents were just kind of like, we're rolling with it. We're going to stick with this. And these are psychologists. They're doctors.
They're committed.
It's honestly kind of scary. Like, what's
people are overeducated. I have like friends who are a lawyer and doctor, and they have a kid, and they just don't really regulate her behavior because they've gone so far in terms of like studying probably books written by these parents about how it's better to just like let shit play out. But it's like you can be like overly educated about how you parent kids, I think.
Yeah.
Instead of just like using common sense.
Gut.
Yeah.
Your gut and common sense, your instincts, like all that shit that's important when kind of rearing another human life. I don't know. But yeah, Haley also decides after she sees this outfit and she's clearly outraged, she decides to re-wear the same outfit that Alexia wore yesterday, which she knows is just gonna break Alexia's heart and pretty much ruin her social status amongst her friends, because her friends have all these rules. Apparently they have these rules that they abide by: no tuna fish sandwiches at lunch. They have a 3-month rule with Kyle or with any boyfriend.
That's the weirdest.
Their experience. Some weirdish.
Yeah, I feel like teen movies, like the Mean Frenemy Girls or whatever, they always have some like arbitrary, like Mean Girls. We wear pink on Wednesdays or whatever, and like no ponytails. But like those are aesthetic, and you want to present in a certain way. The boyfriend rule is like very strange to me.
Yeah, because if I like him and I want to stay with him, like I'm not gonna follow this dumbass rule. Like he's my boyfriend. I'm gonna stay with him. What? But I mean, Alexia just went right along with it, and she did break up with him. So
she did not hesitate.
She's committed to these rules. She really didn't. She called him a sick puppy, which he was not happy about, obviously.
It's so stupid.
So dumb. So dumb.
I'm not gonna be with some girl who calls me a sick puppy.
Sick puppy. But I mean, he goes right back. But I guess it's because, Haley's personality was definitely more genuine, more loving, so he falls right back for her, basically.
Yeah, she doesn't have any guard up,
Yeah, exactly. She's just so in love with him. She's just like ready to risk it all.
Yeah, but also like back to being in your sister's body. Weird to hook up with a guy and like, she's going to town with that tongue.
Truly, she took the gum out. Like, she finally took her gum out to do something, and it's like
cause-worthy of releasing the gum.
Truly. And it is kind of weird to just like think that this is your sister's body that you're making out with.
Yeah, I guess you just have to disassociate. Yeah,
I think so. Just gotta let that shit go. Just be like, you know what? I'm alive and I'm in this body. That I'm just gonna do what I can do. Fuck it.
Indeed.
But this like starts like a whole out like a full on war, which then results in the table dancing and the strip tease where she takes off the leather coat and just goes kind of wild. And they write on the bathroom walls, respectively, Alexia Wheaton and Haley Wheaton is a wench.
Yeah,
that's like the
Disney
the
version of bitch or
bitch, I guess. Yeah,
slut or skank. I don't know.
Wench. So ridiculous.
There's also like a guy who lives across the street from the Wheatons. He's new in town.
Yes.
He's a little guy, and you can kind of tell in the beginning. I forget his name too. Damn it! But in the beginning, you can kind of tell that he's feeling Haley.
Yeah.
But
he likes Haley.
He is out when he sees that striptease.
She is not for him at that point. Oh, and there is this scene after the body switch when Alexia in Haley's body, she goes home sick, and he goes over there with cookies to try to like get to know Haley and talk to her, and she just kind of like ices him out basically because it's Alexia and she doesn't give a fuck about anybody, and so that completely turns him off as well.
Simon.
Simon. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Oh, such a little cutie, cute, precious little Simon.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we kind of see that like, you know, Haley does get some interest. Like there is someone out there who is looking at her like she's cute. Oh, I want to get to know her.
Yeah.
So not everything is as it seems for her life, where she thinks no one might be coming after her. Like everyone's always ogling over Alexia all the time. So they get caught immediately after the table dancing at school, and they basically come to a truce. They realize that they can't really afford to ruin each other's lives because they both have a lot going on and they do plan to switch back. So they kind of come together and decide in the bathroom when they need to clean up their vandalism, calling each other a wench, that they're going to help each other better live their lives in each other's bodies while they kind of wait for the perfect night for a shooting star to come back so that Haley can make her wish again. After this truce and like things are kind of going well, like Alexia is sort of learning a little bit more, and with Haley's help, she's tutoring her in certain things, and also like amping her up so that she can do her presentation because they missed a specific night of the shooting star. But during all of this, Kyle confesses his love for Alexia. He tells Alexia that he loves her, and she gives him the cold shoulder. She just doesn't know what to do with it. I think she realizes that she's switching back, so she just can't like commit or something. I can't accept his love in that moment, which kind of fucks everything up because at the same time, Simon has been getting rides home from Alexia, aka Haley, who can't drive, by the way. Still got behind the wheel, driving crazy as hell. Scary. Scary as shit, actually, endangering everyone on the road. But Simon has been getting to know Alexia, who is really Haley, and he falls for her, and Kyle, after confessing his love and Alexia like runs out, he sees Simon give her chocolates and give her a kiss on the cheek. And so he thinks that she's clearly like seeing him as on the side or something. I don't know.
Can I just pause for a second? Like the difference between Simon and Kyle in this movie. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Kyle earlier, before he confesses his love to Haley as Alexia, says, "Let's just be together." When she's trying to like get some real feelings out of him.
Tell me you love me.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so like it was giving fuckboy, right? But he does eventually come around, but he seems to like Haley as Alexia more than he likes
Haley's
Alexia.
Personality.
While Simon alternatively from afar got to know Haley as Haley, liked her, got to know Haley as Alexia as Haley, realized he didn't really like Haley. And then Alexia because of who she was, which is Haley. So like
Haley on the inside.
Yes. So his feelings feel like extremely genuine because no matter what Haley looks like, he is drawn to that personality.
Drawn to her personality.
Yes,
And
well,
apparently so is Kyle. Is also drawn to Haley's
yes,
personality.
but like ultimately drawn to Alexia's appearance over
True.
anything else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just feel like Kyle sucks. I hate
It's
him.
a complex situation.
Yeah, but I think
Kyle
Simon is a real one.
like Kyle is pretty grimy, but I mean, high school boys, what can we expect from them? Absolutely nothing is what.
Simon's giving us
Nothing
gold.
at all.
You know, he's setting the bar high.
Who? Kyle?
Simon.
Oh, Simon. Oh. Yeah, Simon, he is exceeding every expectation, which again are so low. There are none. They are non-existent. So yeah, after he confesses his love and he sees like this whole thing go down with the chocolates, he is pretty much done with Alexia, who is actually still Haley at this time. And the sisters are planning to stay up that evening and wait for the star so that Haley can make a wish again. But they both kind of fall asleep early, and Haley still stays up. She's still in Alexia's body. She stays up a little bit later and makes her wish. But it turns out that the next morning, they're still in each other's bodies, which kind of is not phasing Alexia, who's still in Haley's body. She's just kind of like rolling with it. But Haley in... Wait, what did I say? Alexia in Haley's body. Yeah, but Haley inside Alexia's body, I think she is realizing that she might be stuck like this. And she kind of is missing her life. She wants her academic life back. She spent a lot of time on her science fair project, her science competition project, and didn't even get to present it because they're still stuck. Yeah. And I think like the gravity of the situation is taking a toll on her, and she's like kind of becoming a little sad about it.
Yeah, absolutely. She's depressed all day. And it's definitely like the premise of, you know, you really appreciate your own life after having experienced someone else's. And like Haley thinks that she's the only one who made the wish. Therefore, when she makes the wish back and it doesn't work, she thinks it's permanent. Sure, it's permanent. Yeah. While Alexia doesn't even know that Haley tried to make the wish back. Like, tried to reverse it, and also knows that she was a part of why it happened in the first place. So there's nothing phasing her.
Is not revealing. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no reason she's worried.
She's having a grand old time. And I mean, all this time, Haley, as Alexia, is tutoring Alexia in Haley's body so that she can kind of, like, keep up with her academia. And, like, Alexia is loving it. Like, she is, like, it's actually fun to understand, you know, science, and fun to understand what's going on at school. So she's kind of living it up.
Yeah, and be recognized for something beyond your looks. Like, while being beautiful obviously is a gift, it's not everything. And so she's really enjoying the other types of attention. She
is. And I love the way that she was dressing as Haley in Haley's body, because it wasn't like full on Alexia style. It was just like cutesy Haley, like more, it was still kind of like oversized, but maybe a crop top and sweatpants instead of like the giant t-shirt down to her knees and shit like that.
They almost dress kind of almost similarly when they meet in the middle, but they're still in each other's body. They're in almost the same style of clothing that is in the middle of where they both started out. I think that was a really cool choice.
Yes, I love that. And yeah, they are kind of like getting to these big moments. The Winter Festival dance is coming up, and there's a parade for the prom queen. What's the word? Not candidates. What do you call people who are like on the ballot for something?
Like homecoming court or winter court.
The court, yeah. The court, yeah. Winter Festival court or whatever. But apparently it's just queens. There's no king. There's never any mention of a king or
you're right.
Court for them. So,
but I feel like kings never run. It's like, I mean, at my school there always was a king, but it was never like, oh, so and so is trying to be prom king. But it was always like a set of girls trying to
be queen.
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of strange. Interesting.
I mean, the patriarchy, am I right?
Facts. Starts so early. And Alexia also has a big college interview coming up that she was trying to get a recommendation from the principal, but it was clear at the time before they switched bodies that she didn't really care about her academics or really about anything. She just wanted to be popular, be pretty, and like adhere to these rules that she made up with her friends or whatever. But she's realizing that it actually is important to her, and she does want to be something. She wants to do something, and she wants to go to school. So, you know, Haley, as Alexia, has to do her college interview, and then Alexia in Haley's body has to present her science competition project, which she crushes, by the way. She fully understands everything that's going on with Haley's creation, and like she could not be happier about it. So while all this is going on, Haley's previous friend Caitlin from before the switch kind of gets embedded with Alexia's friends, because Alexia, who is actually Haley, brings her over to hang out because she wants to continue hanging out with her friend. And for some reason, she identifies more with Alexia's disgusting friends than she did with Haley, who was like super cool.
That was so
And,
fucked
like, I
up.
don't know what the hell's
Literally,
going on.
after one day of Haley being a little bit weird, because, you know, it's Alexia, she doesn't know that. And one day of Alexia
Right.
being nicer to her, she says, I think I fit better in with you and your friends.
In
And
with
I'm
it.
like,
Where, girl? How? Why? And the first time you ate with them, they told you couldn't eat the sandwich that you brought. And then they made you bring them all diet sodas the next day.
they were obviously
Girl,
like
wake
very
up.
mean to you. Like,
So mean.
I
and
really-
confusing you.
I have to assume, though, that she does want to be popular and that this was really just like her
Yeah.
stepping stone. Like, maybe she was friends with Haley all along in hopes of getting close to Alexia. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Oh my God, she been a snake the whole time.
She's a fucking snake.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that.
Can you imagine? Like,
damn.
you and I have been friends for
Your best
decades.
friend.
I meet your brother and hang out with him for one day, and I'm like, you know what, Crystal? I think I fit in better with Franklin and his friends. So, you know,
So I really don't want to talk anymore.
bye. Like,
thanks for all the good times. Bye. No,
that's insane.
absolutely not.
What? When she said
It's
that, I
messed
like
up.
really
Absolutely
was
messed
like, this bitch. Wow.
She's been waiting for this moment.
Laying
her
in
whole
wait.
life.
Laying in wait. Training. Reading those
Truly.
diaries. Trying to find an inn.
Yeah, trying to learn everything
She
possibly
knew
can.
about the rules. She knew about the soda. She came prepared, okay? She'd studied for this.
She knew exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. Well, rightfully for her little treacherous ass, Alexia's friends are obviously mean girls, and Caitlin invites them over for dinner just because she wants her new popular inner circle group, I guess, to meet her parents or whatever. And her friends turn it into an open invitation for the whole school to come to her house and throw like this giant kegger party or whatever, which eventually doesn't happen because Haley stands up for her as Alexia and kind of like disbands the group in that moment. She's like, y'all are horrible. I can't believe you would treat people this way. These rules are stupid and I don't want to be friends anymore. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
So that kind of like, she kind of, you know, stands up to them and demolishes that bullshit right there. And then that evening is the winter festival. I can't remember if anything happens in between then. I don't think so. But that evening is the winter festival. Both of the sisters get all dressed up and they both look so precious.
They
and
really
so
do.
pretty. Oh my God. I
Yeah.
love both of their outfits. The white dress on Alexia was just like, it was like this baby doll dress and it just looks so cute. And it was like the time of the
frosted
silvery lip gloss and like everything frosty. It's just like so cute. And then Alexia in Haley's body, she's wearing like this really cute red dress. Definitely not something that you would think Haley would have worn before, or she wasn't even going to the dance, as what she said before. But certainly just like the perfect look for her as a confident new Haley.
Yeah,
And
red's her color.
the
She looks
sisters
great.
this looks amazing in red, especially with the dark hair. I'm trying to remember the hair color of the parents because Katherine Heigl is clearly very blonde and Haley has very dark brown hair. So
Haley's
I don't know how those
hair,
genetics are working out, but
like Danielle Harris's
Was
hair,
it dark?
starts off blonde-ish and gets darker throughout the movie, like as her natural hair color, I guess, comes back in. The parents, I don't
okay.
remember the dad's hair. I feel like he's bald or it's gray, is what I'm remembering.
I think maybe
And-
baldish. Yeah.
And I feel like the mom
And then the
has
mom
like
had brown hair for sure.
like brown, almost maybe auburn hair, but definitely not like
Yeah.
blondish. No blonde parentage.
Right. So I'm like, where's the blonde coming from? I guess maybe Catherine's
store?
dyeing
Yeah.
her or something. Yeah,
A box.
the dye for sure. So yeah, this big night is upon us, and the sisters are like, their relationship, it has never been better. They've been spending a lot more time together, just kind of quality time, hanging out outside, talking about their lives. They had like a little pep talk where Alexia was telling Haley that she really just needs confidence and that she actually is a cutie patootie and she can get any guy she wants. So now they've bonded, and Haley, in Alexia's body, she reveals that she tried to make that wish the previous night, but it didn't work, and they're still stuck in each other's bodies. And this is when Alexia, in Haley's body, she tells her actually, the first night when I was in the hot tub with Kyle, I saw that same star. I made the wish to be Haley Wheaton, and that's why we switch bodies. And so now that they know, they sit out on the bleachers, they're holding hands, it's a cute little sister moment, and they look for a shooting star. They both make the wish at the same time, and they switch back. It happens immediately.
Yeah, they don't have to go to bed and wake up.
Like the first time. Yeah. Yeah, it just happens right away on the bleachers right there. So, so yeah, and now they just kind of have like a new lease on life. They both know, like I feel like they both now have these tools where they can kind of just move forward in their young adulthood and, you know, be better people and have more confidence in themselves. And they go to the dance, and Alexia sees her friends. They instantly apologize, and they say that they only want to keep one rule, which is the rule that says they'll be best friends forever.
That shit was so corny.
And so it was so corny.
And so out of character for these, like, these women that have been horrific this entire film.
Right. Like, this has been their whole personality for the entire time. And I'm guessing the entirety of their high school career, they're seniors.
Yeah.
But now suddenly they've turned over.
They're like,
I don't know,
giving Regina George, like, they're all, except for the one who's like, oh, the makeup look is so nice. There's one of them that's nice, but the other two are
that's kind of chill.
Regina George. And like Regina George, if you were saying, hey, you're being an asshole, stop this behavior, she would never say, let's just be friends forever. She would ruin your life.
She absolutely would find a way to get back at you, stab you in your sleep,
Yes,
essentially,
like,
with some cunning motives.
Yeah, didn't make
some
sense.
cunning moves, I should say. No, absolutely not. But magically, the friendship is repaired, and they are now brand new people, brand new bitches. And Alexia, she finds Kyle, who is just like completely done with her, and she doesn't really even say anything convincing. She's just like, it wasn't what you thought. Just give me another chance or something, some bullshit. I don't remember what she said, but Kyle falls for it, and they're back together yet again after he thought that she was fucking cheating on him. So, okay.
Their situation is chaotic.
and of
I
course,
give it a week.
Right. I'm like, y'all about to break up again over some other shit.
And you
like, who
should.
knows?
You should
'Cause
maybe not be together.
You absolutely should not stay together. And Alexia obviously wins Winter Festival Queen. She gets the crown. She's dancing on stage with Kyle. And in that time, Haley seeks out Simon because she realizes that he actually did like her before the switch. And they're like, you know, there's somebody that is cute, lives across the street, who was interested in her. And she just asked him to start over. And Simon, being the mature young man that he is, decides to give her another chance.
I love that.
And so they start slow dancing. Yeah. It was a cute
I
moment.
really
I
love that Simon and Haley end up together, because I think that makes sense for her character in terms of like wanting a boyfriend and knowing what that's like and experiencing like that confidence. I think it would have been a much more interesting and empowering choice to have Alexia end up single. And I thought the movie was going in that direction, to be honest.
But no, she grovels and gets him back.
Yeah.
Immediately. So yeah, I would have loved for Alexia to be single at the end and just kind of be on this like academia princess self-discovery path from here on out, but
yes,
she's still obsessed with Kyle.
It also makes no sense because like
she loves him. I don't know.
She is going to college. It's like their relationship likely doesn't have a long-term follow through anyway. I think it just made sense to have them break up for so many reasons. And it's like Haley's younger. It's nice to have a boyfriend, especially if you thought that wasn't something you'd be able to have, especially if you have a couple years of high school left. You know, it just, anyway.
Exactly. But yeah. And Alexia, in like this, I don't know, you know, just this sisterly love sort of move, calls Haley over and gives her her tiara. And they start dancing with their respective men, and they share a smile, and the credits roll.
Yes.
And that's the end of Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, buck as hell. A
Buck
crazy
as hell.
movie.
And the parents
from start
have
to finish.
taken full credit for both their daughters are doing great. And it is.
And they think it's all they're doing. This no parenting. They think it totally worked. And they're getting ready to write a book about their genius.
Stop
their genius parenting style.
Oh, God.
Dedicated to Haley and Alexia Wheaton.
The end.
And that's just the one line.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, obviously they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and their daughters had some wild ass experiences.
Yeah, this movie was
Movies
wild.
like this really make it seem. It makes it seem so. I mean, of course, there are movies set in, other worlds, other universes, other things like that. But these particular body switching movies, for some reason, it just seems so doable, so real. Like, it could happen if, by chance, two people make the same wish on the same shooting star at the same time. Maybe. And I've never been in a situation to test it out. Like, what if it does happen? What if it does happen?
I mean, I also just, don't really want to be... I mean, I'd be Beyonce for a day, I guess. But, actually, even that, no, because she exercises too much. I don't want to do that. My life isn't perfect,
facts.
But I really don't have an urge to be anyone else.
I feel that, too. I love being me, for sure. I just want to, test. I want to test it. I mean, obviously, it's not going to
do we have an... Okay, I'm thinking, if I switch someone, it'd be cool to be, Silas for a day.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right?
Have a penis.
Yeah. And not even the penis,
Yes.
but just know what it looks like through the eyes of my partner. And that's also a body that I feel very comfortable touching in every way because of our relationship.
True.
So I'm just
yeah, you already have.
Is there a partner? Because you have mom and daughter, Freaky Friday's been done a few times.
Right.
I think you even have
and
man and dog body swap movies. Here you have sister body swap movies. You have romantic partner body swap movies.
The romantic partner definitely would be the aim that I would go for, but I feel like being Jen would just kind of, I don't know. I feel like that would just be too close to my actual life. I want to really flip the switch. Maybe if I could just switch bodies with Billy,
Oh,
and
interesting.
not do anything weird with his body, but he's also someone who's super close to me that I can just kind of trust to chill out in my life as well, and we'll both just kind of coast through a day of being each other.
Yeah.
And see what that's like. I guess I just want to switch with a man that I trust. That's it.
Okay.
But not my dad or my brothers.
No, yeah, that's the relation part makes it weird. I don't want to be related to the person whose body I'm switching with. And obviously I don't want to be an animal.
Right.
I love Jobu more than anything, but I wouldn't want to be in Jobu's body.
No, I don't want to be a dog.
How would I communicate? I'm stuck in this dog body.
Yeah, what? You're just barking uncontrollably. We're just damn, what's wrong with Jobu today? Literally, there's no way for you to make it. You could probably write something. Use your paw.
A little paws.
To write a
I could maybe
message.
stamp it in the dirt and try to or maybe draw in the dirt SOS. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But then it would just be oh my god, this dog can read.
I'd have to spell out, I'm Bethany. It would take me
Bethany.
forever.
Oh my god.
What a literal nightmare.
Truly.
Yeah, but it did make me want to watch Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A classic.
Lindsay Lohan just had a baby.
She did? She's a mom?
She is a mom.
Oh, wow. It's so weird how we kind of grew up with her. Grew up together. How old is she?
She's a few years older than we are.
She's older than us.
Not
right?
much though.
Yeah, a few. Oh, okay.
Maybe 2-3 years.
Oh, okay. That's our age, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, she definitely felt a little bit older. Just because when you're 12, 15 feels
so
yeah.
much. Yeah, so mature, so old.
Yeah.
Almost an adult.
Exactly. But now we're all just children pretending to be adults. So.
Oh my god.
Lindsay Lohan's 37.
No true words have ever been spoken.
She's 37.
Oh, okay.
So she's
just a couple years older.
She's closer to 40 than she is 30.
35. Oh, then 30. Yeah. And 35. We're 34. I'm 34. You're still 33.
I'm still 33 for the next few months.
Still a baby. Just a wee babe.
It's so weird that we're at our mid-30s. I'm bruh, when, how?
Who are we?
Where did that time go?
We're literal adults? Actual adults now.
But are we? I feel like our parents, their version of adulthood at our age is so different than what we're doing.
Oh my
Especially
God.
your parents.
Light
You all
years
have
in another direction.
Your parents had 3 kids and a house and my mom had me, but we live with my grandparents and she did a great job, but she also was going out and partying. She was still living a 30-something life.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I can relate with that.
Yeah, my
a
parents were
little bit.
full on old people at my age. They were already old.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a little wild.
It is.
And look how fast it went. Like, how? Where? What?
I know, the thing too is, like, I don't know anyone, like, no one that I'm friends with that's our age is more adult. You know, like,
Right.
I think I might be,
with,
like, the most
3 or 4
adult
kids.
because I own a
you're
home.
homeowner,
Yes.
like legit.
And I mean that only in, like, I own a home. That is the only reason I would say that. And I'm still, like, a child.
And you have a dog. A dog is definitely a tick in the adult meter.
I suppose so. I have
on the adult
I
side.
have a home.
And you have a second dog on the way.
Okay, so I have 2 dogs, a fiance, and a home. And I'm still like,
It doesn't get more adult than that.
I mean, children. Children's like the final frontier.
True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, looking at the Wheatons, the way they parent, looks like being a parent is hella easy.
Yeah. Just stop parenting and everything will work out.
That's what we've learned. That's the takeaway.
Unless your kid... But if your kid doesn't have a sibling to switch bodies with, like, what will you do? What are you going to
So I have to have 2 kids, one that's really tall and attractive, and then one that's really good at school.
There you go. And then stop parenting, and boom, bam, boom. You've cracked the code.
Wow, we did it. Well, anything else you want to say about this movie?
Are we still...
Oh, go ahead.
Honestly, nothing's coming to mind. But I loved it. Like, it was such a romp of a watch. It was so fun.
No, I agree. I
But
loved
I'm
it.
wondering what is the rating scale? Did we rate
All right.
what was the first movie we watched?
Suzy Q.
Did we rate that?
Well, we're
I don't
not.
remember.
We're ranking them. So like
We're not rating?
ranking.
Okay.
So we're
gotcha.
gonna create a list on the website that we will announce eventually on the show.
Yes.
But I mean, to me, obviously,
Got you.
with just the 2 movies we watched, Wish Upon a Star number 1.
Yeah, Wish Upon a Star is now 1.
Yeah, it's number 1. So
Facts.
we have that cinched. And then next week, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. I sneezed and farted. Next
Bless
week.
you. I didn't even hear either.
Oh.
There was no sound.
Get it away from the mic. Next week we're doing the Paper Brigade.
Oh my god, I love the Paper Brigade.
Me too. This is one
Oh.
that I really don't remember well, but I loved as a kid.
Same. And now I'm like wondering, I know that there's a paper route, but what else? What else happens?
There's definitely like a conflict where like the paper boys have to like fight some system, but I can't remember what or why.
Honestly, same. I remember the van and the paper route. So they get into a van and do something once they're all collectively fighting the system, but I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on.
And it's a kid who I'll look up his name for next week, but he was in I think this movie called House Arrest, where they like lock all their parents in a house or something. He was definitely like a 90s kid movie guy, but didn't really have much of a career after that as far as I know.
That movie sounds wild. What?
Yeah.
Lock up all their parents. Okay.
As a kid, you know, you love that stuff. You're like, oh yeah, it'd be great to like have no rules
just
and
have
you
no
know.
parents. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then the moment there's a problem, you're like, Mom, Dad, please, where are you?
Please, we need help.
Please.
Great.
That's
so yeah,
exciting. Okay.
yeah, I'm excited to see where
'cause
that falls.
I also love that movie as a kid, even though I have no idea what happens in it as of now, but can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait either. So yeah, I guess until next week, we'll see you then.
This was the bomb decom.
The Bomb Decom. Thank you so much for listening to The Bomb Decom. You can follow us all over the internet on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at The Bomb Decom, and at our website at thebombdecom.com. You can also email us at thebombdecom@gmail.com. We release new episodes every Wednesday, so you better find your ass back here next week.
This show was created, produced, and hosted by us, Bethany Birdhill and Crystal Innes, and edited by me, Crystal. Our theme music credit also goes to DJ Quads. Thank you, DJ Quads, for the excellent music. You can find them on YouTube. And we will see you next time, babies. Bye.